For sure. All you guys have had some great connection, and or albeit good or bad, but in the past life. But I admittedly, this is taken away a little bit from about your daughter, but I have a great difficulty, sometimes with Tommy as well, but as far as communication. But in another way, I look at it like, okay, well, he's my teacher, and he's teaching me how to have patience.
But, yeah, everybody has a gift.
Yeah,
everybody has a gift.
Sweet, precious daughter. Yeah. Wow. I think in this lifetime, perhaps she helped you die last time.
That's an interesting thing.
And the lamas do say that in a lot of cases, not all, that we are born back into the same family. In other words, it goes mother, daughter, daughter, mother, that kind of thing.
That makes sense, because I did feel like she was one of my teachers, but I couldn't find any soul connection. I mean, Tommy and I are much deeper because it's embedded in my memory codes, which I don't understand. I've never met Tommy. I've never met him in human form. That doesn't make sense. And I lived with my daughter. She came out of my body and lived with me and then died. And, it's like, it's very traumatic what I'm going through. So I don't understand,
honey,
you're just not supposed to lose a friend or a loved one, but especially when you birthed them through your body and you both came in, it's weird. It's very weird.
It's unnatural.
And, because you've got children.
Yeah. Yeah. And
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm looking for that soul connection, but why didn't I feel it deeper with her? And I do with Tommy. That doesn't make sense. I've never met Tommy. But that's why I wanted to bring you on, to help me heal and talk about, our soul and living and dying and reincarnation. And then she believed she was from up in heaven and Starseeds and ET, but we didn't know how to express it in human form. Yeah. It's very crazy how these feelings and emotions and thoughts are so deep for somebody I've never met, and that can push all my buttons. And she can push buttons, too. Her and Tommy had that in common.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
All right. Now, for me, I was already shown that I'll see everybody that I have ever had a past life with that's in this physical world in this lifetime. I was told that. So, I mean, no matter where I go, I meet people, and I'm super close to them, and super know them, and all these things. It's because of my past lives, and it says you're going to see all the souls that I did meet in all my other lifetimes here, that are here now, that are still working it out. So, so your connection with me, I'm sure we did meet in another lifetime. I remember most of mine. I don't remember all the people in each one. I remember the theme and what was happening. So I only remember one lifetime past Atlantis before I was on planet Earth. But all those experiences create your reality when you become aware of it. If you don't remember that and you don't experience all that, I think it's wasted. I mean, some people don't believe that. I think all that learning, all that stuff we went through is helping soul take a giant step. And I use the word soul. Some people use consciousness, but for me, the experiences I had, actual out-of-body experiences and traveling and all those things, I proved certain things. So it's not just a thought. It's not just an energy, and it's not just something that everybody thinks of. So for me, it's a lot different. I just wanted to throw that in because right now, when you say you're close to me in a lot of ways, it's because when we did talk, we got into a lot of things right away because you were talking about Green Tara. I mean, I met Green Tara. I worked with her for years. So there was a connection, and so was Namgyal. The reason why I really got close to Namgyal, she had the statue of Green Tara there when I first met her. And I
wow. That's weird that we all three got Buddhists and Tara It's weird. I mean, here we all. So you can almost find facts in your reality of what I've been talking about. So Namgyal had a green Tara too, and here I am talking to her again. Wow, what a circle. So she may be in my life too in the past. Is that what you're saying, Tommy? All three of us could have been in a past life together?
I would say at different lifetimes, probably not the same one.
Yeah.
We relate to what we want to relate to, and that's what most people do. I mean, if they were a homeless person in 10 lifetimes, they're not going to remember that. They're not going to want to remember that. If they were a king,
I
was
don't
a
remember
king.
Gigi, whether she was poor or rich or anything. I don't remember her.
And
she's gone now. I mean, I remember this reality. Like
this isn't my only
child.
my viewpoint. We have karma, and a lot of times that karma makes us come back to certain situations, but they're not the ones that we want. I mean, a lot of people, most people would want to reincarnate back into their family. I would never, in any lifetime I had, I wouldn't want to reincarnate back into the same family.
That was the other thing I was going to suggest, that even if you don't remember your past life, or you're not evolved enough yet in your lifetimes to even be on a spiritual path, at least you are doing one thing in each lifetime, and that is burning off karma from any bad karma you may have created out of ignorance from a prior existence. Because and that's another thing I just want to hit on is ignorance, and how, man, we're just ignorant, and we don't mean to step on other people's toes in any way, a lot of us anyway, and but out of ignorance, that's kind of the crux of what we get into this karma situation out of anyway. We don't know any better, and so hence we create karma for ourselves out of ignorance. And then it's back to it's kind of like back to the wheel of birth and death that you see represented a lot of times when we talk about Tibetan Buddhism. There's always a wheel, an 8-spoked wheel, and it's the wheel of birth, death, ignorance, karma, the wearing out of karma, the wearing out of ignorance, where after so many lifetimes, of reincarnating, we start to get spiritual. We realize, oh, wait a minute, this is very important. We're not just here for, to watch video games or whatever, even though it's cool to take time off to do that too. But it's all about, in the end, we don't have any choice but be perpetuated into these reincarnations until we, start becoming spiritual, and we can choose to get off of the wheel of life, birth, karma. We can extinguish our karma in many ways and get off of the wheel. And then there comes, the incarnates, where when you're reincarnated, you are hurled into your next existence from this one, unless you have evolved enough spiritually, or you catch your at the time of death, there's an opportunity to catch it and see that. And if you see it at the time of death, you can actually jump off at that time as well. So it's, I don't want to say, oh, if you haven't studied for your lifetime and for a gajillion years, it's not going to happen to you, because I would never, I'm not going to say that because it's not true. But generally speaking, that's the way the wheel goes until at such time when we, can make that choice. And usually when we get to that place, we realize that incarnating won't be as painful for us, because we have an understanding now And because of that understanding, we can take a bodhisattva vow, which means that we will come back to help people that want to understand and want to jump off the wheel. And so we can't just leave people here without help. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to cruise out and leave everybody without a lifeboat. But, you know, I'm in it for myself. And incidentally, you know, there's really, in the Hinayana view, it which is kind of like what's practiced by the, mostly like in Thailand and Malaysia, that is the view, is, you know, just to get yourself off the wheel. But in the Mahayana view, which is Tibetan Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism, it's coming back to help others, and you will take on any form necessary to do that.
Can you explain bodhisattva to everybody? I know what it means, but I'd like to hear you, because you're much more educated in this discipline or modality, or I don't know that it's a religion, but anyway, Buddhism, and there's apparently various types. But can you, because you use the word, and so could you explain bodhisattva and the circle or wheel of life? So this is things you know. Thanks.
Sure. Okay, a bodhisattva is a being with profound enlightened attitude, and that takes a vow to work for the benefit of all sentient beings until cyclic existence is empty. What do I mean by cyclic existence? Just what I explained about the wheel. The wheel is cyclic existence. And bodhicitta is it's compassion. A bodhisattva has profound compassion. And bodhicitta is the mind of enlightenment, the altruistic mind of enlightenment to attain Buddhahood for the sake of other sentient beings, a bodhisattva's way of life. So it's the virtue of putting others before self. Was that helpful?
Thank you. Yes,
sure.
And I just put Tommy on. Tommy, I guess, is calling in on Skype or something because it's making a buzzing. But for Tommy, when you want to talk, I'll put you back. Well, let me let him. Tommy, can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on the other phone. I didn't know if it's noisy. I'll hang it up and I'll stay in the other room. You hear a buzzing on it?
It could be because you're too close to the other cell phone. Are they both cell phones your own? I just don't know.
Yeah, but I'm in the other room. I'm in the other room.
Well, well, when I put you on mute, it stops buzzing. I did try it out
leave it on mute.
While she was talking.
I'll go in the other room if I want to say something.
Well, I guess we got to talk about several words here.
Sure.
But the wheel of life.
Yes.
There's so many things in Buddhism that you don't learn in Christianity, and Tommy made a good list here for me to ask certain questions. So we've covered karma dharma, Tommy. And does Buddhists believe in gods or deities, or deity gods? So, and I'll let you answer that, and then Tommy, I'm gonna put you on because Tommy can come on and handle the last hour. He can make notes, right, Tommy?
Right.
And go back into what you want. But okay, let's hear her. I'm going to put you on mute so she can talk. Okay, now no buzzing for Spreaker and for iTunes and YouTube later because you're on FM radio too. All right, so let's hear your gods and deities.
Do Buddhists believe in God? No, we don't. We believe in mind. We also, but why we examine? Buddha examined the issue, and he found that actually a lot of the folks that do believe in God were doing so because it seemed to him like they needed a crutch. Please no one that does believe in God don't